And finally today we've got the game between Portsmouth and Manchester City at Fratton Park. Well, it's not going well so far this season for Portsmouth, and they've had a terrible week in the betting markets as well. They're now 4-5 favourites in the relegation market, and Paul Hart is favourite to be the first manager to go this season. He's priced up at 11-4 now, which puts him just ahead of Rafa Benitez. And Steve, we know you've been watching Portsmouth closely. Are those prices justified, do you think?
Yes, I'm saying this with gritted teeth, actually. I'm not doing an impression of Rod Hoddle. So they are struggling.
Yeah.
I watched them at home the other day, and I can't, I'm struggling to see that, the reports where the manager said he's very pleased with the performance. They beat Hereford 4-1, and the Hereford goalkeeper chucked in 3. It wasn't a great performance. I've never seen so many passes go astray.
Yes.
The players that have come in are not particularly good.
Mr. Picquion, I'm not a fan of, I have to admit.
Well, you've seen the lad De Boer, or whatever his name was, the right back from Genoa, I think it is. Yeah. He was awful. Bassinas, supposed to be a player who, to get on the ball.
Yeah, Tony Adams brought him in.
He was absolutely shocking. They've got so many players who are sitting midfielders. So many players who do the same job. McQuaina, talk about Gavin McCann coming in. Mullins, Hughes, Diop, they're all sitters. Yeah. They've got no real creativity in there. Crenshaw gives the ball away too often. And as much as it hurts me to say this, there is only one winner in this game, believe you me, on what I've seen.
Well, Manchester City would be that winner, but Manchester City are 8-13 to win the game now. This is a team, Steve, that couldn't really win away last year.
It's a different side now.
Do you think it's right, though, that on the basis of what we've seen in just a few short weeks, City are... You think that's?
I think that's taking into consideration the state that Portsmouth are in. Yeah. And Man City have won their only away game this year so far at Blackburn. So it's a completely different side to last year.
It's almost like looking at a new club.
Absolutely. It's a new team. Yet again, as I say, these are players. Last year, the players he's bought this year are used to playing well every week, James. Last year, they weren't. We might get 30 minutes here, we might get 15 minutes there, but they don't play well every week. They don't play well for 90 minutes. These players are used to doing that. He knows what he's going to get. If he keeps it simple, then they're going to be all right.
So just forget what you saw then last year from Man City. They were a team who won at home and just couldn't win away from home most weeks. Forget that, because as Steve says, it is very different. Having said that, the 8-13 will be quite short for some punters. Do you think City on the handicap with maybe a 1-goal start would be worth looking at? Could they go and win this game by 2 or 3 goals?
Yeah, I think they could. Yeah, I mean, as you say, if the players here, they've got so much in their armoury, if he keeps it simple, it wouldn't surprise me if both teams were to score in this game, because I still think they're a little bit vulnerable defensively. I still think they're a little bit vulnerable when they haven't got the ball. We saw that against Wolves. Yeah. Wolves had 1 or 2 really good chances. Probably shouldn't have come about. But I just think going forward, they're going to have too much for Portsmouth. And I just saw some things in the week I went to the game against Hereford. I just saw some things there that you thought, if that had been against a Premiership side and they'd given the ball away under those circumstances, I mean, you could see how they got beaten by Everton. Man City are going to take advantage.
Well, City did win away 2-0 on the opening day of the season.
Sorry, got beaten by Arsenal. Sorry about that.
City won away on the opening day of the season, of course, at Blackburn 2-0. So you think if they can do it there, Steve, they've got a good chance of doing it here, haven't they?
As I say, this is not so much about. This is a little bit about where Man City are, but this is also about where Portsmouth are. Portsmouth haven't scored a goal yet in the Premier League. They haven't got a point. It's going to be a difficult year.
When you put it like that, it looks very, very tough for them at the moment. Well, we think City will win, but that 8-13 price is too short for us. So we've taken City with a -1 goal start on the Asian handicap. That's available at just over evens. If City win the game by a single goal, then you'll get your stakes back. If they win by 2 or more, then you've got yourself a winning bet. The second bet is more on the price, really, than anything else. Now, last season, we found a lot of good bets on Big Four teams to win to nil at prices like 6-5, 11-8. This season, you might have to look a little bit further down the league for those sort of bets at Tottenham and Manchester City and teams like that. So we're going on City to win to nil in this game. As Steve says, Portsmouth have yet to score in the Premier League. City are available at 13-8. You're watching Bet Republic TV, but don't forget there's a whole lot more to the site than this TV show. Make sure you head over to the rest of the site where you can post your profile, set up discussion topics and videos, and get chatting with all your punter mates. And if you want to place a few bets with us, simply click on the Bet UK link, which you'll find on the site.